The industry group representing companies involved in motorcycles in Canada and also off-road vehicles and mopeds say that there has been a significant drop in first quarter retail sales. And that's mainly because Canadians are feeling nervous about their financial situation. We are joined by Landon French, CEO of Moto Canada. Landon, thanks very much for coming on the show. I'm not sure. Do we have Landon? I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, Landon, sorry. I couldn't hear you there. Thanks for joining us.
You got me now?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear. So that's who you represent. It's the on-road motorcycles and then the off-road, the ATVs, but also the mopeds are in there as well.
Well, they're a much smaller category these days. Scooters have taken over that particular product, but we represent 90% of the market in Canada, 15 of the biggest brands that sell these products around the world and manufacture and distribute here in Canada.
And what about electric vehicles? Are they part of your industry association too?
Yep, absolutely. BRP is beginning to introduce electric vehicles this year. Other electric vehicles from KTM and Harley Davidson are already in the marketplace, and there's more on the way.
And what about the cheap ones, though, from China and all that? Are they involved with you at all?
No, those ones are a different category and not members of Moto Canada.
Oh, okay. So tell me, you are seeing a downturn in sales, and it's partly due to consumer confidence dissipating.
Yeah, and tariffs too. Canada has counter tariffs, which are currently being applied to any motorcycle, plus motorcycle parts, accessories, and tires that are manufactured in the United States and imported into Canada. So that largely hits two of our members, but there are others that are European or Asian based, but also have manufacturing facilities in the United States and ship to Canada. They're being caught in these tariffs too. So what the manufacturers are telling us is that instead of shipping to Canada, they're just selling these products elsewhere or holding them for the American market largely. And that's having an impact on our dealers and on sales.
And that's interesting. A good big chunk of the motorcycles sold in Canada are made in the States.
Yes, absolutely. So you think of, iconic brands like Indian and Harley Davidson, even Yamaha makes some small off-road motorcycles, and they get sold here in Canada to Canadians who've been buying these products for decades. The first motorcycle was produced in Canada in 1903. ATVs were invented here. We've got a long tradition with power sports, and we've got the landscape for it, great places to ride. But right now there's a real chill on things in the first quarter.
Do we make a lot of ATVs in this country?
We make no ATVs in this country.
What?
Yes, they are all made in the United States, Mexico, or Asia. So BRP is the only manufacturer besides Argo, which is a small manufacturer, but their ATVs are imported from Asia. So, Canada does not make ATVs. And in fact, if Canada brings in its second round of counter tariffs, then that will capture all recreational vehicles, including ATVs and side-by-sides, but also boats, RVs, and other similar vehicles. So we are pushing very hard with governments on both sides of the border to get the message out that this is going to have a significant impact on our industry here in Canada, and it's going to cost jobs in the United States. And I think those messages are starting to get through.
Why are ATVs not made in Canada?
Well, we have this free trade agreement, which, BRP does make snowmobiles. They do make three-wheel motorcycles in Quebec, but the manufacturing happens in the United States and in Mexico largely. And also, our market size relative to other markets is relatively small, even though we are quite passionate users. Canada purchases about 140,000 on-road and off-road vehicles vehicles from our members every year. And of those vehicles, about 40,000 of them come from the United States. So we're passionate about power sports. It's a big part of our culture and life here in Canada. Again, with the free trade agreement, Canada, USA, Mexico, there's only one plant in Canada, but it depends on that plant, and others in the United States and Mexico depend on parts from all three countries.
Are motorbikes, any motorbikes made in Canada? I think there's one or two boutique firms, aren't there?
Yeah, there might be some small ones. They're not members of ours.
Right.
But again, BRP makes their three-wheel Spider motorcycle on their snowmobile line in Quebec. So you could see that, from a manufacturing perspective, we are very, very closely tied to the United States. It's the biggest market in the world for a lot of our vehicles. And so we get what they get. And if there's a tariff barrier between Canada and the United States on these vehicles, Canada simply won't get these vehicles in the country, which is going to, cause some significant pain for dealers, and it means consumers won't have the choice that they're accustomed to and looking to order.
And you guys say there's a fair amount of tourism tied to the ATVs anyway.
Yeah, well, both ATVs and motorcycles. There's a lot of tourism, not only north and south, but east and west. And, all in with the tourism, the manufacturing, the service, the sales. It's about a $17 billion a year industry in Canada. And we've got about 900 dealerships spread across the country. And many of those dealerships are located in small communities and are fairly significant employers in those communities. So we really hope that, cooler heads can prevail, that Canada can get to the negotiation table as soon as possible after the election and get down to developing a new deal with the United States and Mexico that allows us all to have access to these vehicles as we go forward.
Landon, typically on a motorbike, what kind of price hike would we be looking at here now, worst case, in percent terms?
Well, right now it could be 25%, which is what the Canadian government has put in place as far as tariffs are concerned. Manufacturers are very reluctant to change prices because there's all kinds of knock-on effects of that, and in consumers' minds, it's just a huge turnoff, as you can imagine, if something jumps 25% overnight. But they can't hold off on those price changes forever. In January, we saw positive sales for the first month of the year, and then February and March tailed right off with all the tariff talk and the counter tariffs. So again, manufacturers in the United States are holding off on shipping to Canada largely until this gets resolved, or at least they have some sense of what the future is going to look like.
Landon, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks for the time.
Landon French.